I've been playing Hades 2 since it went live on early access about a year ago, and I've sunk about 200 hours in this game. I've killed Kronos for countless times now, and this is the build, which is very simple to build. It has some requirements for you to play before you can actually put it all together, but whenever I don't feel like playing with the extra boons and rarifying things and just doing all like random stuff to find out what's powerful, whenever I just want to kill Kronos because I want to, this is the build that I always come to. Because it doesn't require that much stuff and it's very, very powerful. Now first, we're going to talk about the actual boons that you are going to need, because it's not many of them. It's like a triforce synergy of three main things that are going to be the core of everything. And then we're going to talk about the extra little stuff that you can do to improve as you do more playthroughs. If you're still playing the game, you're still getting more stuff, don't worry, you'll get more powerful. But even when you are really powerful, you're still going to struggle to fight Kronos and the things, the many perils that Hades 2 has for you. Let's just talk about the overall build on itself. So the first thing that we are going to need, it's the Nova Strike. You will see that this one, it's a heroic one, and it's not actually that leveled up. As a matter of fact, I managed to get like to 15 or 20, crazy like that. And this has been nerfed from when the game really launched. So essentially what it would do back then when the game launched or went live into early access, that percentage that you have right there, it would affect not only the AoE larger area, but the damage as well. Now, it only has a larger area, but that larger area affects not only to your basic attacks, but also to your Olympian charged attacks, which is going to be the core of this build. That's what we're going to be using 100% of the time or 80% of the time. It's still going to be larger than your basic one, but it is not going to grow. So there's a little bit of a downgrade right in here because they knew that this was too powerful. It's still very much powerful. It's just that the percentage is not now going to increase the attack damage on itself. Why is this so powerful? Essentially because if they can't get close to you, then they can't damage you, and if you can deal damage to them from like 5 feet away from you, then that's amazing, because all you have to do is just charge your attacks. As you can see on the gameplay footage that I have for you right in here, you charge your attacks, you move really fast, and you don't really have to worry about the enemies flying around you, and you can concentrate a little bit more on the AoE and the actual special attacks that they deal. And moreover than that, since this being like the only time that you are going to be quote-unquote exposed, because we're going to be using an Arcana that's going to help us with that, since you're going to be exposed for a couple of seconds, the rest of the things that you do, it's just you being able to move freely. And this is going to be the core of everything, the Nova Strike. In a little while, I'm going to show you how to always get this 100% of the time and how to maximize the usage of this thing right in here. But then again, this comes from Apollo. The next thing that you can do is that you can get a bonus from the actual weapon, that it is going to be a weapon upgrade. That it's not going to be the God boon or anything. It's those hammers that you find out there, and they can give several different traits to your attacks. In this specific case, they can give you the Psychic Whirlwind, as you can see right in here. Your attack fires around you, leaving you free to move and strike at the same time. This is my personal favorite, and if you get this one, you're probably going to beat that night. Especially because this allows you to use that AoE, a spinning whirlwind attack, while you dodge, and at the same time you can attack, so the DPS gets doubled. But that being said, the main core or the main thing that I would be using this for, if you want to be playing it safely, it would be just for you to be able to dodge without cancelling the whirlwind, because dodging will cancel your whirlwind. However, one thing that I can and I like to make for us to avoid this issue and make everything more controllable is just charge the whirlwind, stay in there, wait for an attack that it is going to damage you, especially in bosses, and once you see the attack, you dodge, it's going to trigger the whirlwind, giving you iframes and at the same time DPS, so it's very safe to use even without this. Once you manage to master that, you can be changing that, for example, for the Furious Whirlwind, which is going to allow you to channel the attack faster and move faster by 50% while it's active. This is very useful while clearing the maps because you don't run out of the effect before it actually get close to them. The one thing that we can pair this thing up is that being of Apollos, it is going to have more AoE, but sometimes you're going to run out of it. And usually I just use like 1 or 2 casts of this thing. That is how powerful to clear a room, as you can see on the gameplay that we have right in here. The second thing that you are going to need for this build, it's mana, your magicka. And this is my personal favorite, but it also depends. You can get several different ones from several different gods. Like for example, there's one from Zeus that I do not like. He used to have a better one. Now they nerfed it, and it is no longer here on launch. But the one that he has is that he just drops a thing that you can gather from the ground, and you can use it to replenish it. So basically, you can spend your magicka twice before actually having to regenerate it. Have in mind that every time that you enter into a new room, you get your magicka back. However, this is the one that I like to use. This is the ordinary wheel, and it can be either a basic, blue, rare, epic, heroic, depending on everything. This is the chaos one. Eventually, you will find the chaos's wells. If you enter, the god of chaos is going to offer you a boon, provided that you manage to perform certain tasks. Like this one on this particular playthrough, the way that I managed to get this guy from, it was just from you being slowed down for like 30% for about 4 rounds. After that, this is going to activate it. I think that it is just fine. Another one that it can come with this is that every time that they give you a Olympian bonus, it's going to be a basic one without any upgrades. But once you have managed to get like the stuff that you want, then you don't really care about anything else. So yeah, this is the one from Chaos, but there's many of them, like the one from Poseidon right in here. And while this might not actually be that amazing because it requires for you to be inactive for you to regain your mana back, it's actually not that bad, because it's going to regain your mana in like 3 to 4 seconds, and you can use those 3 to 4 seconds to rethink your strategy or see where are you going to move. If you take the one from Aphrodite, for example, I believe you get mana regen while getting close to the enemies, but also while you get close to the enemies have a weakness, so you increase your actual DPS just by regenerating your magicka right in here, your mana. And yes, Aphrodite is one of my favorites, alongside with the Chaos ones, if you're willing to be doing those extra little side things with the Chaos ones. And finally, the final thing that you need to do is increasing the actual damage with extra things without cancelling the Apollos' one that we already have. So basically, your Olympian moves that are going to be applying this, for example, does not apply to the basic attack. This applies to your charge whirlwind that counts as a basic attack. And this is going to give you 80 points into wave damage. Every Olympian has their very own version of this right in here. Like for example, Zeus is going to throw lightning around that, like sparkles of lightning that are going to travel and deal DPS to the enemy. Hestas, I believe that it's like fireballs and what have you. So increasing the actual DPS of your Olympian moves, just have in mind that sometimes it's going to be like the special Olympian move, or it's going to say the name in here. A general one, your Olympian moves, the one that has that symbol, those are the ones that you're looking for just to increase your DPS, but it's not really that necessary. Now, we already did all of that. Let's actually talk about the actual stuff that we're going to be using here at base. I'm using the aspect of Melino because this is going to, the furthermore that you improve this is going to increase the damage that you deal. Remember that Apollosis is going to be dependent on percentage base and damage. So the more that you increase this, then the more damage you're going to get. I'd say that it could be good as well with the aspect of Thanatos. I wouldn't really use it with the aspect of Karen, because this is what I was telling you about. Your casts, this is specifically for the casts and for the Olympian casts. So this is not going to enhance the actual one of Melino. There's actually a very good one for a spell cast, just building a character towards this. But for this particular case, I think that the aspect of Melino on the axe, this is the one that you should be doing for this build. Now, the accessories that you have right in here, if you upgrade them, you can basically make sure or ensure that every single night you're going to be able to prepare and set up this build. This is why I was telling you that every time that I feel like beating Kronos, this is where I come to. This is how I do things for me to be able to, whenever I'm not experimenting, this is what I do to basically get this thing. So we have the harmonic photon, which basically gives you more likeliness for a Boon of Apollo, but also you can rarify the epic blessings all the way towards heroic, and you do not need that. You can basically finish it with the actual regular purple one. Now, I did mention that I have been playing for quite a while. You will see that my Arcana is actually almost completely filled out in here, and you will see that all of my cards are actually quite upgraded right in here. So it might not actually be the case for you. It's going to take you quite a while. But my advice that of the ones that you should be getting as soon and as fast as you can is the excellence, because this is going to determine for you to be able to build not only this build but also make it more powerful, and also the divinity, which is going to give you more chance of getting epic blessings. So yeah. But also this is an awakening card. So how do they work? They give you a description on how to use them. So for you to be able to use Divinity, you have to have all 5 cards in any other row or column. And as you can see, the one that I'm having right in here, it's just basically this. If I were to select to unselect this one, I wouldn't be able to use this other one. So if I, for example, take this off, you will see that I am no longer allowed to get this one right in here. So it has to have that requirement. And this guy is right in here, like this is your Olympian move, so it's very much in our best interest to get this one right in here, because this is a general one. It applies to the Olympian moves of all of the X, Y, and B attacks and cast right in here. Every time that we exit a location, it heals us back, and while you have less than 100% of your Magicka, you also increase your attack and special damage by 50%. What do you know? We're always using our mana, so we're always getting that flat 50% more damage. While you channel your Olympian moves, everything moves lower for 1.2 seconds, and this is why I was telling you that you're not necessarily that exposed, because you actually get that extra room to breathe from this guy right in here, and you do not need this one. We're just having the moon right in here. It is more like getting more mana, but like I mentioned, ideally you want to get a boon to get more mana regen. That is also very important, because this basically gives you 3 lives, so you very much need this one right in here. But once you have managed to get that row up there, the next focus would be getting excellence and divinity. So let's actually take on a night right in here. I'm going to go all the way through here so that you can see that the first boon that we're going to receive, it's going to be a boon of Apollo. If he doesn't give you the boon that you're looking for, then just undo the night and restart. There you go. You will see that we have the Nova Strike right in here, but this is a rare one. It's not that ideal, right? Well, we can rarify this. Ideally, we would hope for this to be like an epic one, but we can verify this one to get it to be epic. Later on we can verify it even more if you want to, so there's that, but an epic one is just going to be more than enough. And just from the start of the run, you already have the base of the builds that we're looking for and that we're building for, so that you can start crafting this, trying to get the upgrades, the extra upgrades that I told you about. And the extra upgrades are going to be situational, depending on what is it that you get. You get an upgrade for the weapon, see what kind of upgrade to the weapon. It's just going to be nice, it's just going to be fine. We already have the Nova Strike, which is the core of everything. And then as for mana regen, it's going to be dependent on the Olympians that you're going to receive, or if you're willing to do the trade-off for the Chaos Gates and what have you. So yeah. Anyways, if you like the content, you like it, super appreciate it. And also, you today you're a gorgeous and beautiful person. You're indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Subscribe to the channel. You're on Discord. Have a beautiful day and goodbye.